On May 8, 2025, history was made in Vatican City. From the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, the world was introduced to a new leader of the Catholic Church, the 267th Pope. A man few outside the clergy knew before that moment. His name, Pope Leo XIV, born Robert Francis Prevost. But who is he? Where did he come from? And what does his election mean for the future of the Catholic Church? Let's break it down. Robert Prevost was born on September 14, 1955 in Chicago, Illinois. That makes him the first American pope in history, a milestone that has sent shockwaves through the global religious community. But his connection to the Catholic world runs far deeper than just geography. From a young age, Prevost felt called to a life of service. He joined the Order of St. Augustine, a Catholic religious order known for its commitment to community, education, and justice. After being ordained in 1982, he was sent not to a grand cathedral in the US, but to Chiclayo, Peru, where he would spend over 20 years of his life. In Peru, Prevost became more than a priest. He became a community leader, a missionary, and eventually the Bishop of Chiclayo. He worked closely with the poor, advocated for human rights, and dealt directly with some of the Church's most challenging issues, including clerical abuse, indigenous outreach, and maintaining faith in struggling regions. His time in Latin America shaped him. It gave him dual citizenship, American and Peruvian, and grounded his worldview in both North and South American Catholic traditions. In a church that often wrestles with how to bridge cultures, languages, and ideologies, Prevost has lived all of them. In 2014, Pope Francis brought him back to Rome. There, he served in the Congregation for Bishops, helping to shape the leadership of the global church. Then, in 2023, he was appointed prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops, a powerful position overseeing the appointment of bishops around the world. It was a clear sign that Robert Prevost wasn't just a trusted voice in the Vatican, he was being groomed for something greater. After the passing of Pope Francis in April 2025, the world watched as 120 cardinals gathered for the papal conclave. It took just 2 days for the decision to be made. On the evening of May 8th, the white smoke rose from the Sistine Chapel chimney. And when the announcement was made, Habemus Papam, the name that followed stunned many, Cardinal Robert Prevost. Now Pope Leo XIV. The choice of name was significant. By selecting Leo, Prevost aligned himself with Pope Leo XIII, a 19th century pope known for his groundbreaking work on social justice and workers' rights. That legacy may hint at the direction Pope Leo XIV intends to take the Church. In his first public address, he stood before a packed saint, Peter's Square, and spoke simply, "Peace be with all of you." It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't political, it was pastoral, humble, and direct. But what kind of leader will he be? Pope Leo XIV is seen as a moderate reformer, very much in the spirit of Pope Francis. He supports global outreach, interfaith dialogue, and addressing modern crises like poverty, war, and climate change. But he's also theologically conservative on many traditional issues. While he advocates for listening to marginalized communities, including LGBTQ+ Catholics and women, he hasn't openly called for radical doctrinal change. His leadership style is described as calm, intelligent, and deeply grounded in personal connection. He is not a showman. He is not a politician. He is, first and foremost, a pastor. But like every pope, he faces enormous challenges. He must guide a church that is shrinking in the West but growing rapidly in Africa and Latin America. He must address the scars left by decades of abuse scandals and rebuild trust in institutions many see as outdated or distant. And he must navigate a fractured global landscape where political tension, social division, and religious polarization are greater than ever. Yet in many ways, Pope Leo XIV is uniquely equipped for the job. He has lived at the crossroads of cultures. He has served the poor. He has shaped the bishops who now lead the church. And now, at the age of 69, he steps into one of the most powerful and symbolic roles in the world. For some, he's a bridge between old and new, north and south, tradition and reform. For others, he's an unknown, a name they've never heard, leading an institution they've long since left behind. But one thing is clear: Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, is about to shape the future of the Catholic Church, and the world is watching.